We're back now at 7-Eleven. Soup in a sandwich really doesn't get much more simple than that, but for many people with disabilities, preparing a meal even like that can be very challenging.
Disability specialist Julie Swanson joins us once again this morning to demonstrate how some simple assistive technological devices can help many people with disabilities find greater independence in the kitchen. Good morning to you, Julie.
Morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I think many of us take for granted just, throwing a quick meal together when we're hungry and we just want something fast. Throwing a simple sandwich or some soup or even, boiling some sauce. But you have some gadgets here that are very interesting, meant to make life easier for those with disabilities.
That's so right. And, there's so many people with disabilities, and the kitchen can be a very daunting place.
Yeah.
Because so many of the gadgets that are in the kitchen can become inaccessible to someone with disabilities. So I'm going to show you how a simple soup and sandwich, which may not be so simple for some people, can be made easier by some very simple low-tech assistive technology devices. This is called a pan holder. It actually suction cups onto your stove. Okay, so in this case we're just going to make some soup, and you could see that if you only have the use of one hand perhaps, and the pot may slide around on the stovetop, it's not going to happen with this pan holder. It's a little simple $10 device that can just really make a huge difference for someone.
Prevents it from slipping off then.
Absolutely.
That's a real handy thing. I mean, you think about some of the simple things that you, like you said, you take for granted. Cutting a piece of bread or spreading mayonnaise on a piece of bread. Another thing we take for granted, but some people have difficulty with it.
Right. This is a great device. It's called a bread spreader, and it's just has a simple lip here. It goes on your counter. But imagine if you only had the use of one hand. And what happens to the piece of bread when you only have the use of one hand?
It's sliding all over the place. Yeah.
Okay, so we can show you here. We're going to build a sandwich that I could use just one hand here, and you can see that the mayonnaise spreads without the bread sliding all over the place.
And again, this doesn't look like it would be expensive. I mean, it looks like it would probably be relatively...
This is a $9.95 item. So now let's say we're going to put some cucumber on our sandwich. But if you're someone in the kitchen who has a disability, what's going to happen to that cucumber? It's going to slide all over the place. But you put it, this is called, a Swedish cutting board. It's about a $50 item. It has suction cups on the bottom. It has prongs that you can put vegetables or fruits on top of that help them stay still while you cut. Okay. It also has a vise. So let's say you're someone in the kitchen and you want to steady a bowl. You can put a bowl in it and steady it. You can put a piece of bread in there. You can put anything you need to stay stable.
Adjust to size as well. I can't help but think that in addition to helping people with disabilities, this kind of technology could also help people who are getting older.
With arthritis.
With arthritis and things like that.
Absolutely. Someone with Parkinson's or any neurological impairment in the hand where you're not able to steady the hand, which brings me to, well, let's just build our sandwich here real quickly.
Sure.
Julie's getting hungry.
Yeah, I am hungry. But, for example, look at that if you wanted to cut a piece of cheese.
Yeah, this is definitely much more elaborate than, say, the bread holder or the pot holder on the stove. But
look at that.
But the
with
benefit
one
of it is
hand,
fantastic.
you can put that on your sandwich. Okay.
Sort of gives you the coordination that you might not otherwise have.
You could also, I brought a tomato along to show you how you could do that. But also with one hand on the bread spreader, I can cut that. Okay. Now, as far as the soup, we can pour that into a bowl that has non-slip pads on the bottom.
Again, so it's not going to slide all over the table.
Right. Another handy thing for people with disabilities in the kitchen is these are non-slip placemats. So you can get those at most stores. This is a specially designed spoon. You can see that I can move this. So if you're not able to bend, you have some sort of a neurological impairment in the hand, you can get this to whatever position you need. It's nice and soft, so it's a nice, good grip. These also come weighted, so for someone who needs to feel the weight of the spoon.
This is supposed to bend, unlike my spoons at home that are just bent.
Exactly. Bend away. You can do that all you'd like.
Swanson, great stuff as always. Very helpful. Again, not just for people with disabilities. Certainly it's designed for them, but also people as they get older who may lose some of the function that they had as
a whole range of people.
Julie, thank you very much.
Thanks so much for being here. Of course, we will have this information on our website, WTNH.com. You can click on the Good Morning Connecticut weekend logo for more information, or if you missed anything that you saw here.